Class 7, Chapter 5 Heat. In this video, we will be understanding the main points, the important points, the summarized form of the chapter discussed. Now, first of all, what is heat? It is the form of energy. Heat is also energy like light, wind. Energy is the capacity to do the work. For example, I am saying that I am having 20 joules of energy. That means I can do 20 work. So basically, energy is the capacity to do the work. Example, when you heat a pan of water, the water at the bottom rises. So what makes the water to rise? It is the heat energy. It gives energy to do the work. So this is work only. Water at the bottom of the pan is rising. This is because of heat energy. Hot or cold? When you touch an ice cube, it is cold. When you touch a mug of coffee, it is hot. So what happens? This is because of your sensation. For example, the tub A contains hot water, tub B contains tap water, and tub C contains cold water. If I am putting my left hand in hot water and right hand in cold water for 5 minutes, and then I'm putting both the hands in tap water, what will happen? My left hand, which was in hot water, will feel cold in B, and my right hand, which was in cold water, will feel hot. So all the things is happening because of temperature only, because of temperature difference. Now what is temperature? Comes the next question. The temperature of a substance is a measure of a degree of hotness or coldness of a substance. Temperature tells us whether the body is hot or cold and how much. If the temperature is 30 degree, if 60 degree, then the body at 60 degree is more hot than the body at 30 degree. The normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. Celsius and Fahrenheit we will study in detail. These are the two scales of the thermometer. Thermometer, as you all know, it is a device used to measure the temperature. Thermometer is used to measure the temperature. It has markings or scale on it. You have seen a clinical thermometer in day-to-day life. Doctor use that. So there is a scale printed on it. So you can measure the temperature of your body with the help of it. Two commonly used scales for measuring the temperature are the Celsius scale and Fahrenheit scale. Two scales you will study. Now what happens in Celsius scale? On Celsius scale, the melting point of ice is 0 degree and the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. This thing you all know. Doctor use Fahrenheit scale. Doctor use Fahrenheit thermometer. In that case, in that thermometer, in that Fahrenheit scale, ice melts at 32 degree and boils at 212 degree. Now how you should use a thermometer? What are the things on it? Using a thermometer. A thermometer has a bulb filled with mercury. You should know what is the liquid filled in. It is mercury. When the bulb is in contact of the hot object, the mercury gets heated and rises in the thin tube called capillary tube. You all have seen the silver shiny liquid. It rises. Clinical thermometer in figure 5.3 in the book you can see. It have a kink. Now this is kink. Straight thing is coming, the straight tube is coming and it is bent a little bit. Clinical thermometer have a kink in the capillary tube. So why it is made? Because it does not allow mercury to fall as soon as the thermometer is taken out of the mouth. For example, students, I'm checking the temperature of a person, and as soon as I take out the thermometer from his mouth, if kink will not be there, the mercury will fall off suddenly, and I will not be able to get the correct temperature of that person. So kink allow mercury to stop for some time. Next topic is effects of heat. What heat can do? Temperature rises with the heat. This thing you all know. For example, if I will heat something, the temperature will rise, or opposite, if I will cool something, the temperature will fall. When you heat something, its temperature rises. On cooling, we take away heat from it. Next thing what heat can do, it can cause expansion. Yes, a little bit of that in solid, quite good in liquid, and you can see easily in gases. So the expansion occurs. All the substances, whether solid, liquid or gas, they expand when they are heated and contract when they are cooled. Expansion is greatest in gases, less in liquid and least in solid. So if the question comes, what expands the most? That is gas. And what expands the least on heating? It is the solid. Because you all know the intermolecular space is less, forces are quite strong in solid, so it expands little, very little, least you can say. What heat can do? Heat causes change of state also. This thing you know. For example, if you will heat a solid, if you will give heat, it will change into liquid. If you will give heat to liquid, it will change into gas. And the opposite can happen if you will take away the heat. Gas will come to liquid. If you will take away the heat from liquid, it will come to solid again. So when you heat a solid, it melts or changes into a liquid and then a gas or a vapor. Flow of heat. There are three ways in which heat travels: conduction, convection, and radiation. These are the three methods in which heat flow: conduction, convection, and radiation. We will study about them in detail. What is conduction? Conduction is the flow of heat through a substance without the movement of substance itself. Particle to particle heat is transferred in this case, but the substance is not moving itself. Mostly it happens in the case of solid. If I'll heat a solid rod, a metal spoon or something, so by conduction the heat will travel. Heat stops flowing when the two bodies are at same temperature. See students, heat is flowing because of different temperature. If the two bodies are at different temperatures, for example, the one is at 20 degrees Celsius, the other is at 70 degrees Celsius. So if I'll join the bodies, the heat will flow from 71 to the 20 degrees Celsius body until and unless both acquire the same temperature. Heat stops flowing when the two bodies are at same temperature. A definition of what are conductors? Substances through which heat can flow easily are good conductors, like metal, iron, aluminium. So conductors are the things which allow heat to transfer from one part to the other part. The opposite you can say is insulator. Substance which does not allow heat to flow easily are called bad conductors or insulators. Example, plastic and rubber. These are the insulator. The use of plastic and rubber is immense because of this property only. Like a question can come, why utensils have plastic handles? This is because plastic is an insulator and it does not conduct heat. We know plastic is an insulator, so it will not conduct the heat. So we can touch and use the utensils. convection, the process of transfer of heat in a liquid or gas. Now, this process occurs in liquid and gas by the movement of liquid or gas. Yes, as we studied earlier, in case of solid, the substance is not transferred itself, but in case of liquid and gases, the movement occurs. A current is set up in a liquid or gas that is called convection current. In it, the hot air rises from the bottom. For example, if a room is being heated by electric heater or something, what will happen and how will the room will be heated? In that case, the hot air rises from the bottom and reaches the above, and the cold and heavy air sinks down. This happens again and again. So a current is set up and slowly the whole air is heated. A convection current is set up in the room and slowly, gradually the whole room will be heated in some time. What is the importance of convection current? These are some practical applications you can see in your daily life. Like ventilators are usually near the ceiling because, as we all know, we breathe, the air is warm, carbon dioxide, it will rise up because hot air rises. So ventilators are given at the top so that hot air can escape through it. Heater and blowers heat a room by setting up convection current. First of all, the air near the heater or at the base of the ground heated up, it goes up, and the cold air from above sinks down. So this kind of current is being set up, and slowly and gradually the rooms get heated. Land breeze and sea breeze are due to convectional current. What are land breeze and sea breeze? We will study about them in detail. But these things happen because of convectional current only. What is sea breeze? The land is hotter than the sea during the daytime. The air is in contact with the land, becomes hot. As we all know, hot air will rise. So what will happen? The cooler air from the sea will move toward the land. Cooler air of the sea rushes in towards the land to take its place. This is called sea breeze. This happens during day only. Land breeze. After sunset, the land cools much faster. The air above the sea is warmer than above the land. Now what will happen? It will rise, and the cooler air which is above the land. Now see, students, land has a great property that during the daytime the air above the land will become hot as compared to the sea, and during the night time it will be little bit cool as compared to the sea. So it rises and the cooler air above the land moves out towards the sea. This is called land breeze, and it occurs during the night time. Third method is radiation. As we have studied earlier, in solid conduction occurs, in liquid and gases convection occurs. So what is radiation? See, in case of radiation, material medium is not required to transfer the heat. In vacuum also heat can be transferred. Heat can travel through the space or vacuum. That's how heat from the sun reaches us. Radiation is the process by which heat travels without the help of material medium. The heat radiated by an object depends on its temperature, and this is called radiant heat. See, for example, if two objects are there, one is at 20 degree, other at 80 degree, so the body at higher temperature will radiate a lot of heat. Amount of radiant heat falling on the object, any object, is reflected or absorbed depends on color of the object and nature of the surface. Amount of heat radiated by any object or absorbed is depending on the color and the nature. Black objects are the best absorber. That's why we don't wear black clothes in summer, because they are the best absorber of the heat. It will absorb the heat from outside, and they are the best radiators also. So in the other video I have explained you the activities also. Thank you. In this video I will be explaining you this activity. Request your teacher to allow to handle a laboratory thermometer in the class. Fill about half of the beaker with crushed ice and dip the bulb of the thermometer in the ice. Does the mercury column fall? Does the ice really melt at 0 degrees Celsius? Now see what will happen. This beaker is containing ice in it and you have attached a thermometer also. The tip of the thermometer is touching the ice. Now what will happen, as you know the ice is really at a low temperature. So what will happen? The level of the mercury in thermometer will fall down because the temperature is very low. In the second case, you will need your teacher's help to set up the things needed for this part of this activity. Fix a thermometer to stand in such a way that bulb dips into a beaker of water placed on a tripod stand. What do you mean by tripod stand? Tripod means basically it has 3 legs. So this water is being heated by the flame below it. You can see from the figure. So basically this is at high temperature. So when you drop the thermometer in it, temperature will rise of the water, and in the same way the level of mercury in this thermometer will go up. That means thermometer level will go down when something is cold, and the level of mercury will rise when something is hot. So at last what is written? Does the mercury rise more if you continue to heat the water? Yes. As the temperature will rise, the mercury will keep rising. For example, initially the water can be at 30 degrees Celsius, you can say, at the room temperature. After that 35, 40, 45, 60, 65, 70. So as the temperature of the water will increase, the level of mercury in this thermometer will also increase. Now the next activity. See, now 3 activities I'll explain you one by one. As I told you, solid, liquid and gas, all 3 expend on heating. All of 3 expends on heating. Now see the first example. Place a metal rod or a ruler on the blocks of a wood or bricks as shown in the figure, this one. Fix one end of the rod by placing it against a rigid support. Attach a paper pointer to the pencil and place the pencil below the free end of the rod. Here, this is something fixed. This end is free, pencil is below it, and it is attached to a pointer. Now heat the rod. As the rod expands, it pushes the pencil, which makes the pointer rotate. The longer you heat the rod, the more it expands and move, and the pointer will move. Now see what will happen, students. This part is fixed, this can rotate, and you can see pencil below it. This is pointer. What will happen when I will heat this metal rod through this burner or flame? It will expand very slightly. It will expand but very slightly. What will happen when this point is fixed? So it will expand from this side. When this will expand, it will move the pencil a little bit, and what will happen in turn? It will mark on the pointer, and the pointer will also rotate. So this example you can see. Second one is of the liquid. You have filled a glass bottle with a colorful liquid. What will happen? This is the level of the water when it is at normal condition. When you will heat this bottle through a hot water, the temperature inside the bottle will rise, and in turn the level of this liquid is rising. That means it is expanding. So this was the example of solid, and this is of liquid. Third one is of gas. Fill a balloon to the mouth of the glass bottle and place the bottle in a pan of water. See, you have fixed the balloon at the mouth of the bottle and you have placed that bottle in a pan of water. The balloon will get inflated as the air inside the bottle. Place the bottle in the pan of the water and heat it. The balloon will get inflated as the air inside the bottle becomes warm and expands. Take the bottle out of the pan and allow it to cool. The balloon will get deflated as the air inside the bottle contracts. Now, what happens in this activity? Initially, the balloon is not expanded, it is in the original shape. When you will heat this water inside this pan, indirectly this bottle will get heated. The gas, the air inside the bottle will expand, and when it will expand, this balloon will inflate. Inflate means फूलना. The balloon will get inflate because the gas inside this is expanding. After some time, when you will cool down this bottle, when you switch off this flame, the temperature inside this pan will go down. Similarly, the temperature inside this bottle will also go down. What will happen? The gas which was expanded, it will contract on cooling. As a result, this balloon will deflate. Deflate means दोबारा से कम होना. It will get deflated. Next example, next activity is this. In this activity, what we have done? We have taken a rod or a scale or something. We have stick the matchsticks at various length with the wax or something. What we have done, at one end we have placed a candle or something. Now see students, what will happen? This portion will be heated first. Due to conduction, as this is a metal, heat will be transferred from here to here slowly. And what will happen? The matchsticks are attached with the help of wax, moam you can say. When the wax will get little bit of heat, it will start melting. And when the wax will melt here, the matchsticks will start falling down. You can read this line. The pin closest to the flame will fall first, while the one farthest from the flame will fall last. This shows that heat travels gradually from hot end to the cold end. So this was the hot end. From here it was traveling towards the cold end. This is convection. You have taken a potassium permanganate crystal in water. It is purple in color. Now what will happen, students? See carefully. When you will apply a flame, the water which was here, it will heat up, it will rise. The cooler water will come down. Hot water will rise, cool water will come down from here and here. Again, cool water will be heated here, it will go up as a form of hot water, and then cold water will again come down. So kind of conventional current is set up. Conventional current, or you can say a cycle, is being set up. This will happen again and again, and after some time the whole liquid will be heated. The most important activity is, now see, land and sea breeze. What happens during daytime? Land is quite hot because of sunlight. During daytime, land is quite hot. What happens? The air above the land rises up because it is hot. Hot air rises. So this space is, you can say, empty. Cold air from the sea will flow towards the land. Cold air from the sea will flow towards the land, and this is called sea breeze. This is called sea breeze. What happens in land breeze? After sunset, what happens? This is quite cold. This area is quite cold. So the cooler air rushes towards the sea and the hot air above the sea. So the cool air from the land pushes towards the sea and the hot air from the sea rises above. So cycle is set up again, and this is known as land breeze. It occurs during night. The last important activity of this chapter is, this is to prove that black is a good absorber of heat. It absorbs better than any other color. What we have done in this, take two identical cans with lids, paint one black and the other white, fill the same quantity of water in both cans. Make a hole at the center of each lid and cover the cans with lids. Insert a thermometer through a hole in each lid. Leave the cans in the sun for an hour or two. Note the temperature of water in each can. Now see what you have done. You have taken two cans, you have made hole in the lids, and you have filled it with water, and you have put two thermometers. Initially this is of white color and this is of black. Both were at same temperature because water was at the same temperature in both the cans. When you will put these cans in the sun for at least 1 or 2 hours, what you will observe that the level of the thermometer in white is till here, and in the black it is still here. You can see this level is quite up. So why? The question arises why? This is because black is a good absorber of heat. You can see here. So the black objects are better absorbers of radiant energy than our white objects. Black objects are in fact best absorbers of radiant energy because it can absorb quite good amount of heat energy from the sun. So the more heat it will absorb, it will rise the temperature. It cannot absorb good amount of heat, it cannot rise the temperature. So this activity was to prove that black is a good absorbers. So these were the activities which I have explained you in detail through the videos. So you can go through the videos again and again and understand it better. Thank you.